So there's not much that's a mystery anymore. This is true in life, where we whip out our cell phones and document and share pretty much everything we do. And in the NBA, where we talk and speculate about events years before they even happen, examining every morsel of what a player says and does like a trail of breadcrumbs. Take Kyrie Irving. We don't know for sure where he's going to sign when free agency opens this weekend, but there are at least plenty of clues to pick up and examine. That the Celtics never made the Pelicans a godfather offer for Anthony Davis indicates they probably don't think that Kyrie is staying. Otherwise, they'd have gone all in on trying to win a title this next year. That Kyrie recently left his longtime agent is another sign he might be ready to leave Boston. And that the agency he is expected to sign with has heavy ties to the Brooklyn Nets. Yeah, that's another breadcrumb right there. I could go through the same kind of list with Kevin Durant, with Jimmy Butler. But you know who I can't do that with? Kawhi Leonard. Yahoo Sports is reporting Kawhi would not pick up the option on his contract, which will make the free agent derby for him official. But as for where he actually wants to go, yeah, good luck. Kawhi might be the NBA's last great mystery. He is a man who keeps the circle around him the size of a pencil dot. There is his family, and that is it. He doesn't use an outside agent now, instead working with his uncle, Dennis Robertson. He doesn't live on social media. I mean, we've never seen him Instagram his food, people. And even when you talk to Kawhi himself, he is supremely disciplined at keeping his own counsel, politely but firmly declining to discuss anything about the future. Do we even know which teams he intends to meet with? I mean, sure, we expect him to hear the Raptors out on turning their hasty arranged marriage into a longer-term partnership, and Toronto's case is a great one. Kawhi just won a title with this group, then literally paraded through the streets of the city, smoking a cigar as more than 1 million people chanted his name. Not bad, but is that stuff what's most important to Kawhi? Who knows? And what about the Clippers? They've long been linked with Kawhi, but honestly, that's been much more about the Clippers wanting him. LA has hardly made its affection a secret, sending a member of its front office staff to dozens of Kawhi's games this season. But while that tactic can work in college recruiting, will it work on Kawhi? Again, who knows? What about billboards? Yeah, someone is currently putting them up around Los Angeles. Get it, King of SoCal? Play on the whole King in the North thing the Raptors went with this year. Is that going to affect Kawhi? I mean, I don't think so, but again, who knows? What about the fact that he's from Riverside, California, and then went to San Diego State, which is about a 2-hour drive from LA? Are either of those places close enough that that's going to make the difference? Who knows? And what about the matter of other teams? Would he take a meeting with the Knicks, the Sixers? I can be pretty sure he won't be meeting with the Suns, according to an old Arizona Republic story that's been recirculating this week. Phoenix passed on Kawhi back on draft night 2011 because they thought he was too sweaty during their pre-draft interview. It's nice. This time around, my guess is that if Kawhi does take meetings, it's the folks across the table who may be sweaty or uncomfortable. Because no matter how much they prepared, they will still be going in blind, not a breadcrumb in sight, which is actually pretty refreshing in an era where we're usually stuffed full of them. So, Scottie, I want to start the conversation because you were a player who has had his own options. If you were Kawhi Leonard in this situation, what should he do?
Well, I mean, it looks like a one-year deal to stay in Toronto would be a great deal for him.
I think so.
Have an opportunity to go back and play with your teammates and not really leave them hanging. I think they're all looking forward to trying to defend this title. So I would say a one-year deal and stay. Those other teams are still going to be coming at him. He's one of the top players in the game. There's no rush, like Kevin Durant did for a few years. One-year deals are great in this league, and he's been a pretty healthy player for the most part of his career, just a little stint that he had in San Antonio, but you saw a player really lay it on the line. We thought he was injured from game one of the playoffs, but he found a way to get all the way to the NBA Finals and become the MVP and a champion. So I would love to see him go back and defend his title.
It's a really interesting approach.
Yeah, I mean, I think I'm with Scottie in terms of you do what makes you happy, and if that is, having a chance to win again, because it's so hard to win in this league, do it, because they can put that team back together almost identically next year. At the same time, though, he was drafted by the Pacers, didn't choose to go to Indiana. He was traded to the San Antonio Spurs, didn't choose to go to San Antonio. The Spurs traded him to Toronto, didn't choose to go there either. So this is the first time in his life as an adult where he can make the decision where he wants to go. And that's why, I think he will meet with teams. And the Clippers and the Lakers, I think, will both have very good pitches. in terms of they can sell him on the Lakers side. There's legacy. There's also SoCal. On the Clippers side, it's a blank slate, and come do what you just did in Toronto. You did something that's unprecedented already. Do it for us too, please.
I don't know. I mean,
need it.
Scottie, where's the line with players once you've won titles, especially multiple titles? And you're one of the few guys I can sit across and ask this question to, because there's a point where, oh my God, I can win a championship here, probably becomes less dire if you already have a couple in your pocket.
Well, I don't think so, because there's nothing that replaces winning.
Really?
And when you're able to do it with a bunch of guys that you travel around the season for a whole year and finally see that come together into fruition, it's the most rewarding thing. And you know as a player how hard it is to get to that level. But once you get there, you want to stay there. I mean, obviously, him winning in San Antonio, he would have loved to win multiple championships and didn't have the opportunity. But this is an opportunity. He's a star. And he can go and try it again if he wants.
I guess what they would say, like 1 or 2 only makes you hungrier for number 3, that kind of thing.